everyone. Today I wanted to share with you how I am organizing my 7th graders' schoolwork. So in the past, she has had just 1 or 2 binders that has all of her subjects in them. This year we are doing BJU Press Distance Learning for English, literature, vocabulary, and her science, which she's doing their life science. And so since she's doing the distance learning, we're setting things up a little bit differently, and she's going to have an individual binder per subject. So this is her shelf up here where I keep all of my 7th graders' curriculum and binders. Hers starts over here and goes right to here, and then these are my teacher's guides and all the stuff that I need for 7th grade. So what I'm going to do is turn the camera around, take all of this off and put it on the table, and just show you how I have set that up for my 7th grader. Here's everything out on the table for my 7th grader. There is a lot of stuff here, so let's go ahead and get started and go through each binder. Let's go ahead and start with Bible and vocabulary. These are workbooks that she doesn't need binders for. Bible is Life Pack, and this is something she started in 6th grade and she's going to finish this year. She just does one little workbook at a time. I'm letting her work at her own pace. My goal for Bible is that she would just enjoy reading God's Word and learning about Him. And so I don't dictate to her how much to do each day. She doesn't take the test for these or anything like that. She's just moving through that on her own, so no binder needed. She also is doing vocabulary from BJU Press, and again, this is just a workbook that she is working through. I will show you how often she is doing that when we take a look at her My Student Logbook, which is really her checklist. I'll show you kind of how we're going through the vocabulary, but just wanted to show you those before we dive into all the other binders. Here are her binders for literature, life science, and English. She is doing these through BJU Press Distance Learning, so all of these binders are set up the exact same way. So I'm going to go ahead and use English as an example and show you how that one is set up, but just know all of them are set up the exact same way. Let's open up this English binder and I'll show you how I have set it all up. Now the first divider here is for the video lesson guides that she gets with the BJU Press Distance Learning. And so the video lesson guide has, the day that she's on, the video that she needs to watch, materials, text pages that she needs to read, and the assignments that she needs to do for that day. To make it easy for her as she moves through these different sheets, I've put a paper clip up there and she can just move that paper clip on to the page that she's on as kind of like a marker so that she can find the video lesson guide that she's on quickly. Now the next divider is for handouts. If you're not familiar with BJU Press Distance Learning, they do have handouts that are in addition to the textbooks and workbooks that come with that subject. So she's got a whole year's worth of handouts in there. The next tab is for assignments. And so when she does those handouts, when she does a workbook page, when she does any other assignment, writing an essay or whatever that is, after it's been graded, she will put that right behind this tab. And then that last tab is for tests and quizzes. So as she takes a test or quiz, after I've graded them, she'll put them right back there. Let me flip this over and just show you what is in this binder, not binder, but in the front pocket of the binder. She's got some lined paper so that, when she's watching the video, she's got lined paper, easy to get to. But in here, I will also put the tests and quizzes and handouts and worksheets and any assignments that she does that need to be graded. So the way this works is when she finishes an assignment, she usually comes and asks me to grade it right away. I do like to try to grade it as soon as possible, but let's get real, homeschool moms, that doesn't always happen. So I have a place in our classroom, a little basket where they can drop their schoolwork in it that needs to be graded, and I try to grade it that night so that it's there for them in the morning. And after I've graded it, I will slide it in here in this pocket. So when she goes to do English or any of her other subjects, before she starts the lessons for that day, she's going to check this pocket. If there's a test or quiz in here, she is going to look that over, see how she did, and then she will just put it right in behind the test and quiz divider there. If it is a worksheet or handout or some other assignment, she will go ahead and fix any mistakes or any errors that were on there. She'll fix those, have me look them over one more time, and then she will put that under the assignment tab. So really easy. She can work very independently. We have a system for, grading the papers and getting them back to her. So that is her English binder. Like I said, that is how her other BJU Press binders are set up. Let's go ahead and move on to another binder. For spelling, she is finishing up the Spell to Write and Read program. So this is her binder for spelling. We actually haven't started spelling yet this year. We're going to start it in a couple weeks. We're just kind of easing into school, and spelling is something we're going to add in after we've gotten used to some of the other subjects that she's doing. So she's going to have a black learning log like this one. This is my teacher one, but hers is in the mail, so I just threw mine in here just to show you so that you weren't staring at an empty binder. So her black learning log will be stored in this pocket right here. On this side will be all the worksheets that she needs for the Spell to Write and Read program for a week. So a week's worth of worksheets will go in here. As she does the worksheets, tests that she takes, phonogram quizzes that she takes, all of that will be stored right here in this 3-ring binder. So really, really easy setup for spelling. For math, she is doing Math UC, and we are finishing up the level from last year, and then she'll move into the next level. So she was doing Epsilon last year, and this is her checklist. So the way the binder will work is she'll have her checklist here, and then as she completes the lessons and tests and quizzes, they'll just be put right in here. Now the great thing about this checklist is it has every single thing that she needs to do for the entire year, including watching the videos and taking tests and doing the unit test and final test. So as she completes them, she just writes the date, and I cross off any lessons that I don't think that she needs to do. If she's mastering a topic, then we move on. We don't do all the pages. So she has a few more to do before she finishes up Epsilon, and then I will put in her new checklist for the new school year. And then, like I said, as she finishes those lessons and tests, she'll just snap those right in there. So that is her math binder. For history, she is doing the Mystery of History Volume 4, and I'm going to give you a little peek inside of her notebook, but I am actually going to do a detailed video on how I set this up, because I know a lot of you are using the Mystery of History and you probably want to know all the details of how this works. Because she is doing this completely independently. Now I have all of her maps that she needs for the year stored here. I have a checklist here that has the entire year's worth of work that she's just going to work through independently. So again, I will go into detail about that in that video coming soon. I also have her binder divided into quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And then up here is a tab that just signals to her where she is at next. So that's going to be the next thing that she does is week 1 exercise. So that is her Mystery of History binder. Like I said, I will do a full review on that in a few weeks. Here's my 7th grader's My Student Logbook. This is what she uses as kind of a checklist to keep track of everything that she needs to do each day and what she's already accomplished. So we have Bible, English vocabulary, spelling, literature, math, history, and science. For vocabulary, it says that she is just doing that 1 time a week. So in the BJU Press vocabulary, there's 15 lessons, I believe. She will do 1 lesson a week, and then the second week she will do their review page. We're going to use that as like a test, and then she'll do the second lesson and then the review page. And so it should take her 30 weeks to finish vocabulary, but she's only doing 1 a week, and she can pick whatever day she wants to do that on. For literature, it says rotate. That's because the literature program we're using, BJU Press, 7th grade, is just half a semester, and I wanted her to be doing literature for the entire semester, the entire year, excuse me. So she's going to do 1 unit in BJU Press, and then she's going to rotate to just spending 2 or 3 weeks reading a novel of her choice, and then she'll go back to BJU Press the next unit that she's on. Now, my 3rd grader and 5th grader who are also using the My Student Logbooks, they are just going to be checking off when they complete one of these subjects each day. They'll just put a check there or sticker or whatever they want to do. My 7th grader is going to use this to keep track of her grades. So for example, for math, every time she does a math lesson, just a regular worksheet, she gets 5 out of 5 points just for doing the worksheet. Doesn't matter if she got them all wrong. The whole point of worksheets is just practice and, learning how to do a math concept. So she will write in there 5 out of 5. When she takes a math test, she will put in that box on the day that she took the test, the grade. So maybe that's, 14 out of 15 or whatever. So when I do a detailed video on my student logbooks, how I set them up, how I use them, I will go into more detail about how she is writing down the grades and all of that for each of the subjects. But I just wanted to point that out and share that with you because, you guys, this is really the backbone of my homeschooling and saving my sanity because I only have to write this out once. I forgot to show you guys, but look at this. The next week, she just flips this over and there's the next week. I don't have to write this out again. So absolutely love my student logbooks. It's a great way for my kids to work independently, know what they need to do each day and check off what they've done. So I hope this video was helpful for you and just showing you how I set up all my 7th graders binders and schoolwork. Make sure to subscribe so you'll be notified of new videos in the future, and I will see you guys again in another video. Bye-bye.